Hello, everybody. This is Mikey. First of all, I would like to wish everyone a very happy New Year's. It's 2025. I'm turning 20 this year. I'm sure many of you are. I couldn't know, but that's just my assumption. So, today, I think I wanted to try something a little different. I wanted to do a solo episode. I've been meaning to do one for a while, but I never had quite the right idea. And just today, I'm recording this December 31st. Just today, I had the idea like, wow, what if I do a solo episode for my podcast where I just talk about what I accomplished in the year and what I'm planning to accomplish in the following year. So, that's why I'm here. I hope y'all had a great 2024, first of all. It was quite the wild ride for me. And I heard it was just not great for a lot of people, and I could see it. The year went by really fast. The years just keep getting faster. Did you know that the Earth is slowly spinning faster? So we actually are losing a little bit of time each year. I don't know the exact statistics, but I'm pretty sure that we lose about 1 second out of the entire year after every year. So the year as a whole was an entire 1 second shorter than last year. Just throwing that out there. I think that's pretty cool. None of us will ever live long enough to see its effects actually take place, but it's just some food for thought, I suppose. So, 2024. What did I accomplish in 2024? Honestly, I think I grew more as a person in 2024 than I have in the last 6-7 years of my life combined. And there's precisely one humongous reason why that is. And it's the Army. I enlisted in the service November 16th. November 16th or 17th of 2023. But I didn't actually go to basic training until January 16th. Actually, January 16th was when it was supposed to start. It didn't start until January 18th because weather in Washington kind of does whatever it wants, and the planes did not feel like taking off those 2 days, so we had to wait until the 18th. And man, let me tell you, I was not having a good time. I wish I had more time before I left. Since my Army career, I've been home 2 times, and it's never felt like it's enough. I have always been a big homebody. I hate leaving home. I hate not being able to be there for my family when they need me. I don't know how often they need me, but because my stepdad works so much, he still works so much. Because my mom doesn't work. My mom does little jobs here and there, but my stepdad works hard so that she doesn't have to, which I'm thankful for, because my mom has to deal with my 2 brothers, which are kind of a pain. If you've listened to my past episodes, you'd know that my big brother Matthew has autism, so he faces a lot of challenges throughout his day-to-day life, unfortunately. He is quite high functioning compared to others. He can hold a job. He just got his license, which I'm very proud of him for. But overall, he of course, still has challenges socially. We're not sure if he'll ever be able to drive alone. I know he's trying to get his hands on his own car, but I haven't seen his performance when he's by himself. But hopefully, I know he's trying to move out too, so I sincerely hope that he finds a good area to drive in. That no big cities. He probably won't like the big cities. Just somewhere nice out in the country, maybe somewhere rural that won't have a ton of bad traffic. Definitely not Hawaii. That's another thing. That I've traveled much more in the last year than I've ever thought I would, and that's entirely, of course, due to the military. Like for TSA, in the past, I went as far as Kentucky. That was the furthest I've ever been in my life. As for where I've been, I was born in California, and then we moved up here to Washington when I was very young. But I'm losing my train of thought. I apologize. But I've been to Seattle and I've been to Montana. That was the furthest I've been. And then TSA Nationals, we went to Kentucky, which was cool. It was very cool being out there. A lot of things that I couldn't get anywhere else, especially not Washington. But Kentucky is weird. I don't like. We stayed in Louisville, and the air quality there is hot trash, and it was so humid there for no reason, and we had to wear full suits because it was TSA, and it was a pain to stay cool. I don't know how to do these by myself. Maybe I should have done a practice episode or something beforehand, but it's probably fine. I can't make too many cuts because I decided to have this royalty-free jazz music play in the background. Remember to be drinking water today, ladies and gentlemen. Water's good for you. You need it. So, the military. Enlisted in November, shipped out to basic in January. I still remember that first night. I was trying to make friends. Nobody liked me. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I never really looked like a military man. I didn't want to be there. I don't know who wanted to be there. Basic is not really a place that you want to be at. But that first night, got off the plane, went to a USO. If you don't know what USO is, they're at almost every airport in America. It's just a place where if you're in the military, you go there and you could check in, you could wait for the people at your reception company to pick you up. You could just... It's a place to chillax in between in between your military adventure. It's weird because the USO in Washington wasn't at the airport, it was at the hotel where they take you before you go to the airport. And I was trying to make friends there too, and I made one friend. We don't really talk anymore, but I mean, that's alright. He was a cool dude. I won't drop any names, but he was chill. Stressful time for me. Stressful times. The most stressed I've ever been in my life, probably. Because, like I already said, I'm a homebody. At that point, I haven't been away from home for more than a week and a half at a time. So, having to be away from home, barely being able to communicate with my family for 10 weeks. And then, you know, we'll get there. Anyway, basic training, flew all the way out to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Or is it North Carolina? Actually, I don't remember, honestly. Hold on. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. There's also a Fort Jackson in Louisiana. I don't think... Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. Hurricane Betsy, Camille, and Katrina. Fort Jackson is the main production center for PCT. That's crazy. Oh well. So, Fort Jackson. It was a place. Very rainy. I went during the winter, so it was pretty cold a lot of the time. And let me tell you, in basic, they were stingy as hell for PT clothing. Like, there's a mark somewhere in there. I think it's like 40 degrees, where if the temperature is below 40 degrees, you have to have full uniform. So you have to have the basic PT uniform is just a shirt and the shorts, and shirt tucked into the shorts, of course. And then as the temperature lowers, you have to add more onto it. So then there's the pants, which go on top of the shorts. There's the lawn sleeve, which goes the lawn sleeve shirt, which goes on top of the short sleeve. And then there's the jacket that goes on top of the lawn sleeve, which goes on top of the short sleeve. And then there's gloves and a cap, a beanie, but they don't call it that. They call it the PT cap, which is stupid. But so anything below 40 degrees is a full PT uniform. But as soon as it gets to like 41, you're taking all that off. They don't give a shit. You're gonna deal with the cold on your own, standing still in the middle of the frickin' parking lot. We weren't supposed to be in a parking lot. We were supposed to have a field. We were supposed to have a PT pit. I think I preferred the parking lot, honestly. But essentially, a PT pit is just like a sand pit that's filled with little torn pieces of tire. I don't know where they got all the tires from, but it's uncomfortable and it sucks. The parking lot. Definitely prefer the parking lot. Even though it was sad and it sucked when it rained out there. It probably sucked more when it rained at the PT pit. I don't like rain. I hate rain, man. Can't stand stupid rain. That's what made basic training pretty miserable for me. It rained a lot, and we had to be out there. There was one day, it was a range day. It was the final range day for zeroing your weapon. So zeroing your weapon is just when they make adjustments to the sight to fit you as a shooter and your style of shooting, because everyone shoots a little bit differently. But so that's why they zero your weapon, so that it can be adjusted to according to what you need. And it sucks, and it was boring, and I was one of the people who did it last. So we had one last range day. It was that day we took everyone who still needed to, which was like maybe 20 people within the company. of 130-ish. And it was pouring rain literally the entire day. If there were just any thunder, if there was just any thunder, it would have been less severe because the army is scared of thunder. And as soon as it starts to thunder and lightning, we're supposed to get under cover and sit there until it goes away. So, after this story, I'll keep talking about 2024 stuff. I don't mean to make this a military episode, but that range day sucked because sorry, I'll have to make a cut there. What was I talking about? Sorry, my apologies. I was texting my girlfriend. It was raining that whole day. And excuse me. It was raining that entire day. And yeah, we just had to be out there. And then because people don't know how to shut up, like if you're ever in basic training, be prepared for people to not shut up. And you try to reason with them. You try to say like, hey, can you please stop talking? It's not helping anything. It's not doing anything good. It's just getting us messed up. Just getting us smoked. You don't know, being smoked means that they're punishing you physically. Not like hitting you, but like making you do push-ups and crap. So, people don't know how to shut up. So, there was one instance on that day where, they wouldn't shut up. And then the drill was like, oh, alright, y'all want to talk? Too bad. Y'all gonna stand out in the rain for literally 30 minutes while it rains on you. And you're gonna enjoy it. And you're gonna sit there standing at attention, not doing anything for 30 minutes while the rain pours over you. And it was so cold and so wet. And it just made me hate rain more. I hate rain. I can't stand it. I could never do any of the more intense schools for the army because I can't do rain. Can't handle it. It just messes me up. I don't really think I'm built to be a soldier, honestly. I should have gone Air Force. But that's something I'll have to decide in the future, because for now I'm stuck in the army. So, back to the topic at hand. South Carolina, basic training, 10 weeks. Sorry, I was texting my... Fuck. I was just cut it out. So, basic training, 10 weeks, Fort Jackson. I learned a lot. I changed a lot physically and mentally. I learned to be a lot more tolerant. I learned to be a lot more tolerant of people and scenarios that I would never think to get in. And physically, I'm a vegetarian, and the majority of the protein that they had available for food was meat, and I couldn't eat that. And the drills knew that, but they couldn't really do anything about it because legally, the army only needs to change what they feed you if it's a religious thing or a health thing, and it was not. Neither of those are the cases for me. So I can't even imagine what vegans have to go through. I mean, I don't know actually. So, faced some challenges. I was a bit malnourished throughout basic training, so I was the lightest I've been in a long time there. I got down to like 78 pounds ish at one point. Because most of our diet was MREs, which if you never have an MRE, it's not great. There are some good things in there, in some of them, but I would not recommend them to be your everyday meal. They cause a really bad heartburn. Excuse me. And Tums were not readily available in basic training until my mom sent me some, and my drill, one of the drills, looked at the little package and thought that my mom had sent me a knife. And I'm like, oh, Mom, I'm in trouble. And the drill is looking at me, holding it. He's like, I really hope this is a knife, Trini. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that ain't good. But it was Tums, so I thank my mom for that. So grew a lot mentally and physically there. I gained a lot of muscle. I had a lot of muscle before because I worked out. I went to my school had a weights program, so I did that almost every day. I really enjoyed lifting with my friends, improving myself. Just some side info here, I guess. My max bench is 185. My max squat is 280. My max deadlift is 260, I think. I don't do too good on deadlift because it hurts my hands. My max clean is 125, I believe. And my max incline is like 140 or something like that. But I'm really, really proud of that 185 bench. Because when I did it, my goal was 175. But like my friends hyped me up so much that I did 175, and I'm like, yeah, I could do more. And then we put 10 more on, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. It was so hype. 185 was crazy. Definitely could improve my squat. That was peak. I was like at my physical peak at that point. I miss those days. I really do. I miss high school. High school was great. I'm an adult now, and I have to deal with insurance and a lot of things that I don't want to deal with. But there will come a time where, things will click. I'm sure. Has to be a point in your adult life where things start to make sense. I hope there is. To any adults watching this, if you exist, you know, I hope this moment that I'm talking about, I hope it does exist. And that I just have to find it. I don't know. But basic training, 10 weeks. After that, went on down to Georgia. Fort Eisenhower, Georgia. Previously known as Fort Gordon, Georgia. For AIT, for 20 weeks, for an MOS that at that point had only existed for about a little under a year. So they didn't know how to teach it yet. It's 3 different MOSs combined into one. 25 hotel. You can look it up. Network Communications Systems Specialist. It's an MOS that I chose because I wanted to pick an MOS that would set me up for the future when I got out of the Army. I didn't want to be like infantry or artillery or like any combat arms pretty much, because you can't really apply those skills to the real world in very many places. It's not easy, but you know, something like networking, we're always going to need networking people. So, like, oh yeah, I could get some experience, I could get a lot of knowledge, and I could do certs and schooling along the way, because the Army's good with that stuff, relatively speaking. But Georgia was hot. I didn't like it. I didn't like Georgia. Georgia kind of stunk. I liked the architecture, and I liked the people, and that was about it. Everything else sucked. I hated it. It was so humid there. It was just appalling how hot it was there. I went there during the prime of summer. I had my birthday there. That was the first birthday of my life where I didn't have my family with me. And I didn't get too many presents. Not physically, anyway. But that's okay. You know. It's my job to... It's part of my job to tolerate things that not many people would be able to. And it's just hard to get used to not having my family around me on my birthday. My 19th birthday was at Fort Eisenhower. And that was the last day of our actual schooling, of being in a schoolhouse. And it was our final exam that day. And I almost failed. I thought I did fail, but our instructor gave some of the students a heads up, and everyone passed, thankfully. Bless them all. Bless him. But that was very stressful for me for a while. So, very stressful birthday for me, and I thought I was going to get smoked because they usually smoke you on your birthday, but I didn't get smoked, so I'm not complaining. So, what else? Oh yeah, before we actually arrived at Eisenhower, my mom took us to I wanted to go to the theater because, fortunately, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, a New Empire, excuse me, just released in theaters, and I really wanted to watch it because, of course, I'm a big Godzilla fan, and we went and watched it at this nice Georgia theater, and it was awesome. I loved it. I I got the Big Four, little Build-A-Bear, with elements that pertain to every single one of us. Like, I gave it glasses because Trey has glasses. I gave it army boots because I'm a soldier. I gave it a lightsaber because Connor is a Star Wars nerd. It's kind of a debate which one of us, me or him, is a bigger Star Wars nerd. Because I don't know. No, actually, I've seen more stuff. He's read the comics, though, and read some of the books. I've seen more of the shows than he has. I don't know if he's ever seen the entirety of Clone Wars, but he definitely has not seen the entirety of Rebels. And, I don't know. Maybe that's a topic for another day, but Star Wars is great. Sorry, I'm texting my woman. So, and then the bear also had like a fancy shirt because it's Gavin. Gavin is quite extravagant. He likes style. And I thought that represented him. And then I gave the bear a game controller because that's something that binds us all, is the activities that we do together. Something that definitely grew me, Connor, and Gavin closer. I don't know about Trey. Trey's not really Trey's not I guess he's majority an online friend for me right now. I guess they all are. That's a thought that makes me sad, but that's something that we all enjoy doing together. I'd say it's probably one of our favorite activities to do together. I think we enjoy some things more, but it's hard to encapsulate doing an escape room into something that a little teddy bear could hold. And I also gave him a little voice box thing in his arm that said a very particular string of words that I will not be saying here. And I got some weird looks when I recorded it at the Build-A-Bear place. But it's a big in-joke between me and between the Big Four as a whole, honestly. But it's not appropriate. It was funny though. So what else? That's it, really. I could talk a lot more about it, but I want to move on. And now, I'm in Hawaii. I never thought I'd be here in my life. I thought it was just unobtainable. Being in Hawaii, living in Hawaii. Being here. But it's for the military, so most of it is... I wouldn't say most of it. A lot of it is working. Doing my job. Which kind of stinks. But it's Hawaii. And the parts of it that people talk about are great. But people overglorify the hell out of it. Like, the beaches are really nice. You won't get anywhere else quite like it. But, it's expensive. I'll tell you that, it's expensive. And it sucks to drive here. Traffic sucks in Hawaii. The roads suck in Hawaii. Drivers suck in Hawaii. There's always an accident on the freeways. At least everything's within 30 minutes of each other. 30 minutes of freeway. But there's so much traffic on the freeways a lot of the times, unless you get really lucky, that it just, like, it sucks. Excuse me. You know, it's still Hawaii. I'm still here. Met some great people, both in and out of the Army. One in particular that I wanted to talk about was my girlfriend. And I won't be revealing her today, but she's fantastic, and she took away a lot of the loneliness that I was feeling when I've been by myself, just sitting in my barracks room doing nothing, playing video games. When my friends aren't on Discord, I'm just playing by myself, like, or watching something, or cooking. I mean, not cooking. I enjoy cooking. Cooking allows me to take my mind off of things. Excuse me. You know, reading the Bible, reading other things, writing, recording an episode, editing an episode, stuff like that. That's another thing. I'm going to talk about my girlfriend a little bit more. We'll probably dedicate an entire episode to each other. Because she's listened to the whole podcast and she likes it. And she wants to be on it. So, I love her. She's fantastic. She makes me feel unlike anyone else has ever had before. My grammar is terrible, but she's amazing. And she's genuine. She's honest. She's funny. Great sense of humor, great sense of style. I like looking at her, she likes looking at me. I love her. And I'm hoping to stay with her as long as I possibly can, and whatever that implies. So, hopefully we can bring her on here in a future episode. I love her. She's fantastic. Anyway, yeah, I got a girlfriend. Very recent development, by the way. We haven't even been together 3 weeks at this point. 3 weeks tomorrow. 3 weeks by the start of 2025. So, this is another thing I accomplished, was this podcast. I was pretty excited about this one. I wanted to do something like this for a while. Just like content creation has always interested me. It was a creative outlet that I could put my. I'm a pretty creative person. I have a lot of ideas a lot of the time, and I don't usually have very many mediums to put my creativity into, but this is certainly one of them, and it feels nice. It feels nice to have something that I could put my efforts into. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the process. I do wish in the back of my mind that I actually rolled in some numbers, because I'm not, but I can't stay bothered by that. If you do content creation for the numbers, then you shouldn't be doing content creation. And maybe it's because of the I don't know. I enjoy doing it. I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. I'm not planning on it, at least. And I could be better about consistent uploads, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about that right now. What else did I accomplish in 2024? Those are the main things. Those are the big ones. But, like, 2024 is a year for me, I would say, went not bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as terrible as other people's 2024s, I would say. I've been places, I've seen things, I've done things. Big year for me. Biggest year of my life. I don't know what's gonna happen in 2025, but I'm here for the ride, aren't I? Damn. That's a lot. Alright. So, 2025. What are my goals for 2025? I don't really like making New Year's resolutions. I think it's dumb. I would say the basic things like work out more, eat better, do all that crap, but I don't know. I would like to work out more. I would like to hit the gym more. I want to get stronger for my girlfriend and for myself, of course, because I'm in the army. I don't know. I would like for the podcast to do better. I would like to finish a bunch of video games. I would like to get better at some. I would like to finish 100% in the Kingdom Hearts series. That's definitely on the list. I've been putting it off for a while. I dove a little bit into BBS a couple months ago, but I haven't touched it since. I'm waiting to get my TV. The mail system here on the base sucks. Booty cheeks. So, I will definitely have to look into that. To get my TV so I can hook up my Switch and my PS4. Hoping to grow closer to my girlfriend throughout the year, of course. I love her, man. I want to cook my own food more, I guess. I don't know. It's just... These resolutions are dumb. But I'll just keep working on myself. Improving every day is my goal. Every day. So, I'm not planning on changing that. Doesn't matter how much it happens on a day-to-day basis or a yearly basis. Just as long as it happens. And I think I'm doing a decent job at it so far. Just be at it every day. So, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Hear me out. I hope I was able to be entertaining enough for a solo episode. Let me know what you think about the solo episodes. Solo episode, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna do more. If you could ask. Please feel free to ask if you'd like solo episodes from other people, because I am the host of the podcast. This is my podcast. But let me know if you want to hear other people talk for an hour. I didn't talk for anywhere near an hour, but I talked enough. So, excuse me. I hope you all had a great 2024. Hope you all had a great day, great night. Hope you all go out and see some fireworks or something. Treat yourself. You made it through another year. Good job. And I hope you all have a great 2025. God bless you all. Thank you for listening. I love you, Mom. Goodbye.